What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Data Mine video. Some of the most innovative content from my channel where literally all I read is Duel Links Meta's website and I just read the cards to you. Wow. What such amazing content. Hope you guys enjoyed today's leak video though. If you guys are excited for today's leak video, as always, be sure to go leave a like on the video. And please do, because I'm sacrificing my open lunchtime for you guys. So I'm not eating anything and I'm actually starving right now. But I gotta get this leak information out for you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed today's leak video and everything like that. But before we get into today's leak video reviewing the epic Structure Deck EX Ancient Gear Awakening, I have a very important question for you guys. So we have this very interesting meme from Brad and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this meme. As you guys can see, this meme says sex between a married couple is technically incest because they're family members. What do you guys think about that? Very important questions. Tell me in the comment section down below. Without further ado though, let's go into this leak video and everything like that. And sorry for stuttering on all my words and everything like that. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but so there's a few screws loose from my head. But let's get on to today's epic Structure Deck EX review. So first up, we're going to be talking about this card right here called Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. This is going to be one of the main URs from this new Structure Deck EX, and it's an attribute Earth, level 9 machine effect. If this card that was tribute summoned by tributing an Ancient Gear monster attacks events with your monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Like with all the other Ancient Gear monsters that are the big boss monsters, Reaction Dragon does the same thing, which is pretty cool. If this card was tribute summoned by tributing a gadget monster, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. If this card attacks your opponent's spell and trap cards and monster effects cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can destroy one spell and trap card on the field. So for now though, this gadget monster effect won't be able to work with this Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, sadly, because we don't have any of the red, yellow, or green gadgets in Duel Links. But maybe this is a sign that we're going to be getting those cards very soon, maybe in the next main box. But other than that though, this card is pretty good because it inflicts battle damage. If you do tribute off a gadget monster for this, you can make a second attack during each battle phase, and if this card attacks your opponent's spell and trap cards and monster effects cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. And at the end of the damage step, if this card attacks, you can destroy a spell and trap card on the field. It's a really good card. But now thinking about it though, there might be some other gadget cards. Okay, so far there's not really any other gadget cards in this list right here. But yeah, for what it's worth, this card will be really good once we get some gadget monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I am interested though, how come they did put an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon into this right there. But whatever, let's go move on to the next card though, but still pretty cool card, like it. Next up, we have probably one of the best Ancient Gear Golem cards in the game. Well, maybe not, but this card's pretty cool. It's Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound. It's an Earth 8-star machine effect, cannot be special summoned. If this card attacks events, fish monster, inflict piercing battle damage up to twice per turn. When this card attacking card destroys monster by battle, you can discard one machine monster, and this card can attack again in a row. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle, a card affecting an add a polymerization for your deck to your hand, and if you do, add another Ancient Gear monster from your graveyard to your hand. So I don't know why I said he was overpowered, but this card's been pretty cool. I've seen this card a couple times in different Ancient Gear deck lists in the past when it comes to the TCG and stuff like that. It's an alright monster. Sadly though, it cannot be special summoned, which does suck right there, but it inflicts battle piercing damage like all the other monsters up to twice per turn. When attacking monster destroys monster by battle, you can discard a machine monster and this attack again. The fact that it can attack multiple times is really useful for how big this monster is. And with some of the other cards in this EX structure deck, which I've taken a look at, we're going to be easily able to summon some of these Ancient Gear Golem cards. Like Ancient Gears might come back into the meta from this structure deck EX deck, because this deck gives so much support for Ancient Gears, which is really cool. So we have some pretty decent UR monsters. It's going to help us out when getting some big boss monsters out, because now we have more Ancient Gear boss monsters instead of just Ancient Gear Golems. Now we have Reactor Dragon and we have Ultimate Pound, so it's going to be more consistent to get out these boss monsters if you want to run multiple copies of it, because before we only had a maximum of 3 Ancient Gear Golems, but now we can run some different Ancient Gear Golems like Ultimate Pound. So that's pretty cool right there. Pretty happy about that. So let's move on to the next card right here. Next up, we have a Shredder. This is a 4-star attribute Earth level 4 monster. This is a secret rare card from this EX structure deck. And yeah, it's a machine with the effect once per turn, you can send one machine monster from your hands to the graveyard. Then target a monster your opponent controls with a level less than or equal to the set monsters to destroy that target. So pretty cool right there. 1600 attack, 1000 defense. Nothing too crazy when it comes to attack and defense, but the fact that you can send a machine monster from your hands to the graveyard and target a monster your opponent controls with a level then less or equal to the set monster to destroy a target is going to be really good. Basically, if you bricked really bad with opening up with a ton of Ancient Gear Golems in your hand, if you have Shredder in your hand, you can actually use those bricked Ancient Gear Golems in your hand, discard them off, and then destroy a card with Shredder. So that's actually pretty good right here. Shredder's going to combo really well with discarding Reactor Dragon, discarding Ultimate Pound, discarding Ancient Gear Hydra, which we'll talk about later, at Ancient Gear Golem. You can discard any of those guys and then destroy a monster right there, which is pretty cool. And also, Shredder has a little bit of synergy with Ultimate Pound, so with Ultimate Pound's effect, if this card, is destroyed by battle card effect, you can add an Ancient Gear monster from graveyard to your hand. Well, well, you could add one of those Ancient Gear monster through in the graveyard with Shredder back to your hand with Ultimate Pounce. A little bit of synergy there, which is pretty cool. So Shredder, alright card, might see some play some of the decks, so that's pretty cool right there. And also, you can, now thinking about it, you can combo this with other machine type decks if you really wanted to too, so keep that in mind. This is not only limited to Ancient Gear Golem decks. You can actually combo Shredder with some other machine decks and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling, so that's gonna be pretty cool right there. And I think, would this work with Mecha Fan of Beast? Try to remember, I believe Mecha Fan of Beasts are machine monsters. I mean, we could scroll down. Actually, no, Duel Links meta didn't post the new box and the leaks things because the new box wasn't leaked, so there's that right there. Nonetheless, though, let's move on to the next card. And next card we're going to be talking about is GEARTOWN. Probably going to be one of the best cards for Ancient Gears is GEARTOWN, because this is a field spell card. Both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from a hand, deck, or graveyard. Like, this card is really freaking good. So one, like it says straight off the bat, you can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute. So pretty much you can either sacrifice one of your Ancient Gear monsters to summon it to Ultimate Pound, Reactor Dragon, or Hydra. But if you're comboing with the Ancient Gear mech skill that Crowler has, as you know, it starts off with like Ancient Gear Castle on the field, and Ancient Gear Castle, if you have a certain amount of tokens on it, you can actually use that as tribute material instead of actually tributing a monster. So with GEARTOWN comboed with that skill, you're going to be able to possibly get some free Ancient Gear monsters in the field. Also, keep in mind that if you're in a mirror match, I believe that GEARTOWN's effect will double if you're in a mirror match. So if you have GEARTOWN or your opponent has GEARTOWN, both of you guys have that field spell on the field, you can both summon Ancient Gear monsters literally for free. It's actually a really good card. GEARTOWN is awesome. And another thing with GEARTOWN too is that you can summon Ancient Gear Beast or whatever that Ancient Gear monster that's a 6-star. That 6-star Ancient Gear monster, you can actually summon it for free instead of tributing a monster. So GEARTOWN's a really good card. And plus, if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster for your hand, deck, or graveyard. So comboing GEARTOWN with other cards like Storm, one of the double Cyclones, stuff like that, where you destroy your own, you know, field spell, and then you can destroy another card of the field, is going to be really good. So comboing stuff like Storm and Double Cyclone is going to be so beneficial with GEARTOWN, and GEARTOWN is going to be probably one of the best cards for Ancient Gears and everything like that. So GEARTOWN's a good card to get 3 of, that's for sure. Next up, we have a card that I mentioned a couple times already in this video. We have Ancient Gear Hydra. This is Attribute Earth, level 7 machine effect. At the end of the damage step, when this card, that was a tribute summoned by tributing an Ancient Gear monster, battles an opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster is not destroyed at battle, you could banish that opponent's monster instead. So that's actually a pretty decent effect right there. If this card is tribute summoned by tributing a gadget monster, it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. If an Ancient Gear monster you control attacks your opponent's spells, / trap cards, and monster effects cannot be activated till the end of the damage step. So overall, not that bad of a monster. You can swing with Hydra and not worry about wall disruption. Like, you'll still have to worry about wall disruption because your Hydra will have low attack, but that would help. You can still get rid of your opponent's monster even after they wall disruption you, which is pretty decent right there if I'm reading this card correctly. So yeah, Ancient Gear Hydra is not that bad of a card in my opinion. Pretty cool card. You can banish opponent's monsters. This card is tribute summon with a gadget monster. You can attack all monsters your opponent control once each. We don't have gadgets just yet in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Maybe there's like a gadget monster that I can't remember on the top of my head, but for what I'm believing, this type of cards mostly works with the red, you know, it works with the, what is it, red gadget, green gadget, yellow gadget. It doesn't really work too well with some of the other gadget monsters, if there even is those, but I might be missing something. I completely understand. If I'm missing something, my bad. You guys can tell me that in the comment section down below. But Hydra, neat card, pretty cool. Next up, we have Ancient Gear Frame. This is an Earth 4-star machine effect. You can discard 1 card and add Ancient Gear Golem or a spell trap card that specifically lists Ancient Gear Golem in its attack. So I believe you can use this to search for Ancient Gear Golem, of course, or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pounce. So that's a really cool card that we actually have a searcher. Sadly, to only activate the searcher, you do have to discard a card. If it was like normal summon and search for a card, that would be really good, but that's not the case. Still, cool card from your deck to your hand. You only can use the effect of Ancient Gear Frame once per turn. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards till the end of the damage step. If this face-up card in the owner controls leaves the field because of the opponent's card effect, you can special summon up to 3 Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound from your hand, ignoring the summoning conditions. That's actually really good. That's actually a pretty cool thing. And if this face-up card owner control leaves the field because of the opponent's card effect, that could mean anything. So it could leave by, you know, Treacherous Trap Hole, maybe Spellbook of Fate, maybe Dark Core, Tribute to the Doom, cards like those, or it just yeets them out of the field. You can special summon some monsters right there. So Ancient Gear Frame is not that bad of a card in my opinion. It has a little bit of floating effect, if you will, with it. And so hopefully if you do pop off this card's effect, you can special summon up some of your Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pounds. So that's pretty cool right there. Ancient Gear frame. Cool card. Next up, we have Ancient Gear Wyvern. I think I remember some people talking about wanting to get this card, so let's go take a read at this. Ancient Gear Wyvern is a Earth 4-star machine. In fact, if this card was normal special summon, you could add an Ancient Gear card from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Gear Wyvern. So that's pretty good right there. You can add all sorts of different cards with Ancient Gear Wyvern. This is going to be a really good searcher, and this is like a searcher where you summon it on the board and you get to search off automatically. That's actually pretty cool. Next up, you also cannot set cards for the rest of the turn, which does suck. And I'm trying to remember with Yu-Gi-Oh! Ruling, I don't know if you're able to set cards immediately, then summon Wyvern and be able to do the search effect, or if you want to do the search effect correctly, you have to summon Wyvern right away. I forget the specific Yu-Gi-Oh! Ruling with that, but my guess is you could possibly set cards first and then summon Wyvern and you'll be fine, but if that's not the case, oh well. Still, the fact that this is a searcher is really nice. You only can use the effect of Ancient Gear Wyvern once per turn. If this card attacks, your opponent's monster can activate their effects to the end of the damage step. So no, this is really cool. The fact that we can get 3 copies of this card if you buy the structure deck 3 times, of course, and that you can easily search for any of your Ancient Gear monsters is really good. So you can go Wyvern, GEARTOWN, you know, activate GEARTOWN, and also this being set, so even if you summon Wyvern right away, you can still activate GEARTOWN because that's going to be a face-up effect, which is not going to be that big of a hindrance to you. So that's actually pretty cool. You can still activate your continuous cards and your field spell cards with Ancient Gear Wyvern, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal to you guys. And yeah, you can, you know, search for GEARTOWN, you know, add an Ancient Gear Golem with your hand for Wyvern. Next turn, you can tribute off your Wyvern and go for one of your Ancient Gear Golem cards. That's actually pretty good. I think Wyvern's going to definitely be a key card for this deck in the future and everything like that. Next up, we have Ancient Gear Fortress. This is a spell continuous card. During the turn where they're normal special summon, your opponent cannot target Ancient Gear monsters you control with card effects. That's really good. And they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, so that's really good too. So you can keep your monsters on the board for a while for the first turn, which could be really devastating to your opponent. Ancient Gear Fortress is going to definitely mess up a lot of players. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Ancient Gear cards or effects. If this card is destroyed by a spell and trap card zone, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your hand or graveyard. You cannot special summon monster for us in turns of Ancient Gear monsters. Ancient Gear Fortress is a really good card. The fact that it gives protection to your Ancient Gear monsters right away is awesome, and if this card gets destroyed, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your deck or hand. So like I said, combo cards like Double Cyclone and everything like that just keep special summoning monsters. That's going to be awesome. Ancient Gear Fortress and GEARTOWN are looking to be really powerful spell and trap cards, or just spell cards, that's for sure. So that's really good. And then last but not least, we have Iron Call. This is a spell normal card. If you control a machine type monster, target a level 4 or lower machine type monster in your graveyard, especially someone that targets effects and negated, destroy it during the end phase. So not the worst card in the world. If you control a machine type monster, you can target a level 4 or lower machine type monster in graveyard, special summon it. Mostly this card is going to be good for is basically using those monsters as a tribute. Activate Iron Call, special summon your monster back on the field, and then you contribute it off one of your Ancient Gear Golem monsters, which would be really good. So Iron Call is just good for tributing, and that's about it. So yeah, that's actually going to do it for me in today's video. I'll talk about these 3 cards in my next video because there's some leaks and information when it comes to turbo dueling and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So I'm going to talk about these cards in my next video right there, so keep a lookout for that. But that's going to do it for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Sorry that it was a little bit rushed and everything like that. My next leak video will be edited and everything like that, so look out for that. I keep saying that a lot. Thank you for watching that video, aka this video. I'm being stupid at this point, but seriously though, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for more Duel Links content. Sorry for being a stupid head in today's video, but I don't know, I just feel like being a stupid head today, so there's that right there. But yeah, peace out guys. Thank you guys for watching today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.